Hello, good morning, Morena. Kia ora, kia ora. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Morena, Morena. How are you all? Lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, Morena, Morena. Kia ora. Lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome. If you'd like to let me know where you are in the world, I'd be super curious. If you want to just type it in the comments, yeah, I'd love to know where you're coming in from. That would be amazing. Morena, Brenda Lee. Lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. Welcome. Good morning, Ange. Hi, welcome everyone. So good to see you. In Picton, wow, beautiful. I wonder what it's like down there. It's quite amazing here in Mangawhai, and we're in northern New Zealand. I'm in northern New Zealand, and spring's in the air. It's kind of crazy. It's like, wow, we've had a lot of rain this winter, but it hasn't really felt like winter. Not freezing, so I can feel spring coming, which is really nice. I'm loving that. So welcome everyone. Good morning. Welcome. Oh, there's a few yoga people on here this morning. I love that. I used to do loads of yoga when I was living in Auckland. How many years ago? 2014, 15 and 16. I had this beautiful community that I used to do yoga with, practice with. I wasn't a teacher, but I used to practice, and it was gorgeous. We'd practice every single day. And there's not where I live is a little beach town on the coast, and there's weekly yoga classes, but there's not, it's not big enough. It's only tiny here, so there's not a studio that I can practice at every day, which I actually really love. Beautiful. So welcome. Yeah, so I do. I miss yoga and miss my mornings doing yoga. Especially, I really love. I tried so many times. I tried so many times to do yoga on my own and have my own home practice, but I really much prefer, I much prefer being in community, doing yoga. Blank Space Yoga, we miss you. Who are you? I don't, okay, so I should know. Is it, maybe it's Lizzie, I'm not sure. Okay. I love yoga. I'm doing yoga with my friends today with singing bowls. Oh, then a cold swim. Oh, that sounds amazing. That'll be so beautiful. Wow, that's like a whole thing. That's yoga. That's singing bowls. Yoga today with singing bowls. Oh my goodness, I've actually never done yoga with singing bowls. That'd be amazing. Then a cold swim. Wow, beautiful. Well, enjoy. So, Morena, everyone that's joining. So as you may notice, I've turned up this morning and a little differently. Normally I've got my red lipstick on and my I was going to say my nice clothes, whatever. My they are my nice clothes and sort of ready to go. But hi Lizzie, it is you, Lizzie. I thought it was Blank Space Yoga, beautiful. But this morning I wasn't sure whether I was going to come on because the last couple of weeks I got a really intense flu, and I thought I was getting I got it 2 weeks ago Tuesday. On Tuesday 2 weeks ago. And it hit me really hard. And normally I'm okay if I'm down for a day or 2 days, but this was just days and days. And I thought every time I thought I was getting better, I was actually getting worse, and it was just so intense. But what I've ended up with is a really intense cough that sounds like I've had about a packet of cigarettes before breakfast. So I was umming and ahhing whether to come on today because I thought, oh my God, if I start coughing, I don't know whether you've had, and I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm laughing because it's really bad. I don't know whether you've finished up, and also I'm trying to hold back the cough. Okay, I'm just going to cough. I don't know whether you've ever been really sick and then ended up with a cough that just goes on for ages and ages. so I've ended up with that, which is pretty intense. So anyway, I thought, right, I'm going to put my bush shirt on, and I'm just going to come on, and because when I thought about not coming on, I was like, damn, that's like 2 weeks now that I haven't been on with you, and I really miss it. I love coming on and seeing you all, and it makes me really happy. So anyway, I feel a little bit like I just washed up, and here I am. So welcome. Let me know where you are in the world. Type in the comments if you feel comfortable with that, because I'm always super interested where everyone is, and where I reach people. I've had the most amazing experiences on my lives with a woman from Saudi Arabia, a guy who'd lost his father. He was sitting in his car. He's amazing. In California, a beautiful young woman in her hospital bed in New York, who wanted to speak with her dear mum. Of course, we all want our mums, when we're not well. So just let me know where you are. So I thought I'd do things a little differently, and that if you'd like to, I'm doing a lot of arms. If you'd like to bring through someone dearly loved one that's departed, that's crossed over, please request to join. Please make sure that you're somewhere beautiful and quiet so that you can hear me and I can hear you. That would be really amazing. And I wanted to show you, I made this really beautiful blend of local honey, and oh man, it's quite full on. Hang on, I'm just gonna have some water because I'm trying not to cough. Maybe I should try not to not cough, and then I can just cough, because I think the more I hold it back, the more it wants to come. I made this beautiful, I've been making this beautiful blend for a couple of years now, and it's made with local honey and a local, it's not local, it actually grows in warmer climates, so it doesn't grow everywhere in New Zealand. It's called kumara, and I made this beautiful, and if anyone wants to know the spelling, can someone who knows the spelling of kumara, if you can just type it in the comments, that would be really great. So I made this beautiful blend, and look at it, of honey and kumara. Oh, I meant to bring in the ground kumara, but this is it in flower, and I've dried it. And these are the leaves. These are the leaves that I am drying, and you can find it in warmer climates. Beautiful leaves. So I dry them, and then I ground it down. And kumara is amazing for bronchitis, anything lung. It's a really, really powerful rongoa, medicinal herb. And I've been using it for the last couple of weeks. Oh my goodness. I've been using it for the last couple of years, and so I dry it, then I ground it up, and then I mix it in honey, and it's quite bitter, but it's really potent, and that's what I've been hitting really hard the last couple of weeks. So it looks like this. It looks like this, and it's quite bitter. My children have had it before, and they're like, "Oh my goodness!" And then, my girlfriend, actually, I gave some to my girlfriend, and I warned her. I said to her, "Look, it's really bitter. It's really bitter." And she's like, "No, I really like it." I think she's actually on here listening now. And she said, "No, I really like it because I know it's really good for me, when it tastes that bitter." So, I've been having this blend, which is really amazing. So amazing. Kumara is amazing for respiratory viruses, colds, influenza. It's a really powerful liver detox. and a kidney detox as well. So yeah, that's my magical little blend that I've been hitting really hard. So yeah, thought I'd just share that with you. And also, what I got to do, because I often find, I don't know whether you find this. Do you find this when you're reading books? Okay, Nikki's saying, beautiful, Nikki's saying, do you rub it in, drink it as a tea? Oh, okay, so, yeah, you might have already seen, you've probably asked this before I answered. So, yeah, sometimes I do drink the leaves. I do. Excuse me. I don't know what's happened, but sometimes I've found since I've been getting better, I just can't quite find my words. It's almost as though, it was quite an intense influenza a flu that I went through. It was hallucinating. It was really intense. So I felt like my body's still sort of catching up with I don't know, I'm sort of catching up with myself. So if I lose my train of thought, just be patient. And sometimes I'm a bit like that anyway. So yeah, so I make the leaves and put them in hot water and drink it as a tea as well. I just kind of prefer, I love honey. I really love honey. So I tend to prefer to take, teaspoons or little bits of honey. That's how I like to have kumara. But also the leaves can be a really powerful and beautiful at helping you to sleep well. So sometimes when I've got a bit much going on, I've had, quite an intense day, and I know that I'm going to lie down and it's all going to come up to be processed, I'll have a kumaraho tea. Yeah. But I know why I don't have it often is because sometimes then it can make me spend a lot of time, going for a wee during the night. Sorry, that's probably a bit much information, but I just remembered why I don't do it. Because that tends to be how it reacts with me. Yeah. So yeah, incredibly cleansing, but also it has that effect as well with me. So it may not with you. Anyway, yeah, that's what I was going to say. And the other thing too is, I don't know whether, I love reading. I absolutely love reading, but I find that by the end of the day, I'm absolutely exhausted. So I normally end up reading like this, and then I'm like, and after about two or three pages, I'm having to go back and read it. And then oftentimes I've ended up with like, shivers, I fall asleep, and then the book ends up just about knocking me out and lands up on my head. But I ended up reading this most amazing book, Heart of the Tapu Stone. And oh my goodness, I actually want to read it again. But that was one of the things that I got to do. There we go, my son's in the background with the blender going, so I can't quite hear. That's all right, it's going to stop in a minute. But yeah, I got to read this most amazing book. Most amazing book. So it's by, you can see it on Google anyway, if you want to get a copy. But yeah, it was really something. And I've been wanting to read it for so long, and I keep putting it aside, and I knew it was going to be a book that I wasn't going to be able to put down. So yeah, I read that as well, which was great. And okay, so enough chatting from me. Let me see if I can bring on. And I'm just going to make this pretty quite brief today because my throat. Yeah, I'm still not up to full speed, but that's okay. I still wanted to come and join you today. I wanted to come and join you all, and because I miss being on and I miss seeing you all. So yeah, okay, let's see. Hello.
Hello.
Wow, beautiful to see you.
And you as well. How are you?
Oh, well, I haven't been that well, but I'm getting better, so that's good.
Oh, good to hear.
Oh, amazing. We were talking about yoga. I was talking all about yoga and all about my yoga days. And you were my teacher. You're one of my amazing in Auckland.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, gorgeous to see you. Yay. So welcome. Beautiful.
Thank you.
So So who would you like to, I'm just trying to focus on my glasses. I often I often look like, I don't even know why I wear them sometimes, because I often cannot see. Oh, that's better. That's better. I've got them just right where I can see you perfectly. So who would you like to bring through?
I would like to bring through my dad.
Yeah.
He passed away probably about 2 weeks ago now.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
Sorry, I feel him with me. We're quite a spiritual family and
Yeah.
philosophical about life. So I do feel him with me. But just wanted to see if you had anything to say.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. And I just want to say to anyone, if you don't mind, Lizzie, that's listening, a lot of people ask me this question, or they message me. I have been asked this question so many times, and I know that that anyone that's listening will be wondering this as well. You know, how soon can we bring through, you know, through a medium? How soon can we bring through our loved ones on the other side? And so I just want to ask, want to let you all know that, it can be right away. And that was my experience with my grandmother, and also reading for, and, sitting with the clients and friends, that it can be within, it can be within hours. So, and I had this most beautiful experience with my grandmother when she passed in 2014, and my darling friend who's a medium brought her through,
Oh, wow.
and really something. So yeah, thanks, Lizzie. Sorry, thank you. I just know that people will be asking me, or they'll message me later and say, hey, I was told by mediums that you needed to let them heal, you needed to let them rest. But, and from my experience, yeah. So, yeah.
I had the same impression, to be honest, but 2 hours after my dad left, I was given such a clear sign. Um, he was in Zimbabwe, we were here, so obviously I wasn't there with him when it happened, but in the New Zealand Herald, one of the answers was my dad's name. And that was 2 hours after he died. And for me, I was like, no, he wants to talk. I know it. So I thought I'd reach out.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh my goodness, how beautiful. And was your father a teacher? Was
No,
he?
he wasn't a teacher. He wasn't a teacher, but he did like to educate.
Yeah, he did. He sang to me, okay, because he was saying to me, he taught. He was a teacher in his own way. He did like to educate. Absolutely, that was why he was saying to me, oh, beautiful. It's so beautiful. He's absolutely here, because he was saying, I was wondering, because to me, it didn't quite feel right to ask you who you'd like to bring through, and then suddenly be answering questions for others and be educating. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry, he's just speaking. He's just speaking here, and he's saying that's why he was saying it's okay. It's okay to answer these questions that people will be asking. So sorry, there's quite a lot. There's quite a lot happening. It almost can be quite overwhelming, because he's actually speaking really quickly. He's here and he's speaking really quickly, and I'm just going to ask him to just slow down a little bit so that I can give you some evidence that it absolutely is him. Also, I've got his father with him. His father with him, who's passed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, his father with him. I also have a dog, a dog, a dog that he loved, a dog as well.
I wouldn't know. It could have been one from his childhood, perhaps. But
Yeah,
he did.
he sang. He's got his dog. What else does he sang? I definitely feel a real sense of peace with him, of of peace with him, and his passing. Gosh,
I
yeah,
think I
go
know
ahead.
he told me 2 days before he died that he's not afraid of dying. He's at peace with
Yeah.
death. Although it happened very suddenly and wasn't expected, it was just he had accepted that that was, you know, that's part of life, and he wanted to let us know that he wasn't scared of death, but he was more sad about the pain that we would go through. So I think that's probably what he's trying to say.
Yeah. He's trying to explain that to me, because I saw that he went suddenly, but then I also saw that he was prepared. And so that's what he's saying, that he was, he's saying, he's going like this. He's saying that he was emotionally, almost emotionally, more spiritually prepared, that he was spiritually prepared for it, because he's saying that exactly what you said, actually, exactly what you said, that he had walked through that process. He'd walked through that process. He'd stepped. He's showing me that he, sorry, sometimes when your just dearly departed loved ones come through, they boom through me, exactly like that. And so he's showing me that he dipped his toes in the water. He understood. He understood how it was going to be, how he would feel. And so actually when he passed, I'm getting these motions, beautiful motions with him, that although it was sudden, there was a gentleness for him there. There was a gentleness and a smooth. He sang. I can feel his. Maybe I am mimicking him now just slightly, but he sang a smooth transition, quite a smooth transition for him. And he is hoping that in some way, it can be a smooth transition for your hearts, for all of your hearts, for all of your hearts. And he's going like this, and that he is here. He is here with you, smoothing all of your hearts. In his passing, gosh, there's quite a lot of medicine and healing that's coming through now for you, with you, and for your whānau, for your family as well.
I must say, I felt incredibly strong since his passing, and I feel, and my sister said it, she said, I feel like his strength was living through me, and
Yeah.
after days of mourning, I always thought I would be angry and be real kind of beside myself, but a couple of days of cathartic crying, and I feel he's in me, and it's just the amount of strength I feel since his passing is incredible.
He says yes, and he's getting quite emotional, because when I looked into your face and into your eyes, I see his oh, it's so beautiful. He's shedding tears, because when you just spoke those words, then I saw your dear father just coming really closely. His presence, his beautiful presence, come in just over and then move out, and then over and then move out. And so I see him with you and in you, is exactly as you are explaining. Okay. Exactly as you are explaining. And I see his eyes, although for some reason he's showing me his, he's talking quite quickly too. I don't know whether he was like that in life.
Passionate, highly passionate.
Highly passionate. That's why when he came through before, and I was just asking him ever so politely, and there's a politeness with him too, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, because I was asking him, please, can you just go a little bit slower? Because I was getting this mass of emotion, passion, words, healing, presence to bring through, and I'm like, oh, that's this. Oh, excuse me. Huge amount of energy and words and everything to bring through. So yeah, I'll just go circle back now, because he's showing me your his eyes that were in fact, he's wanting to correct me, actually the teacher in him, that are, because he's saying he lives on through you, that are or were bluer than yours. Were they brighter blue?
They were.
Yeah, that's what he was showing me when he was coming, just beautifully, you know. He's doing it again. He's doing it again. And now he is now he is going like this, and we see your face here, and he is coming in right in close, as almost childlike. Quite, there's a childlikeness with him, and joy, and yeah, Lizzie. Yeah, can we just take because I know I've done this many times with you, take a beautiful breath together.
Yeah.
And I know that it's always been you that's been leading that when I've been in your beautiful yoga classes, but I feel like I just want to take, just pause for a moment. I just want to pause with you, with your beautiful father. So can we just take a beautiful breath together, just to... Yeah, just to allow for this beautiful healing and your presence and his presence to come through. He's saying the heart opening. And he's saying, actually, you taught him, you taught your father so much about what it's like to live from the heart. Yeah. From the heart, with the heart. Front heart, back heart. And living from your body, which represented all of the heart, a whole heart. And thanks you for this. Without this experience, he's saying, he would not have experienced his life as fully. And he's saying he knows this is maybe just a little hard to receive for you now, because this is quite a lot. But he's saying that you did know this, You did know this. You did. What's he saying? He's telling me not to try to get it right, just let it come through. Because I'm trying to, I want to honor him in the most beautiful way, because I can feel it. I know you can too. You're getting a lot of hearts and a lot of aroha. Everyone's, please. Yeah, everyone's sending a lot of hearts. And support to Afi, to support. Yeah. Wow. And now, did he? Oh goodness, I just have to wipe a few tears away so then I can see you quite clearly. I did even bring, just before I got on, I'm like, hey, I gotta dive for the tissues. I was like, I have to dive for the tissues, and it's okay. Oh, that's what he was saying. Was he did your father like to play fight, or was there an element of him that was quite because before he just leapt in and hugged you, and it was quite physical. It was quite...
He's I can't speak for many other people, but I do know that my dad was a rarity in the way he fathered, because he was an extremely emotional but also affectionate father. Like even at the age of 21, we would drive and he would hold my hand, or he would hug me and kiss me, and there was never any, it was always just a complete natural thing for him to do. He was one of 13 kids, so there would have been a lot of play fighting and amongst the boys, I'm sure, being brought up in Africa as well, where they just run around the farm barefoot. But in terms of him being very tactile, he said to me, and this is probably the wisest piece of advice I've ever been given, he said the first form of communication is touch.
Yes.
So he would always touch me before he would, you know, say he loved me. And I knew just a hug meant that there was complete acceptance there.
He's grinning. I'm grinning at you because he's grinning at you. He's grinning at because he leapt in before, and it just took my breath away a little bit. He leapt in to hug you before, and oh, he just has so much to say. He just has so much to say, and he's so glad for oh my god, he's just so glad for this conversation and for you for he's, oh my goodness, sorry. He's just so much that he's trying to say. He's just so glad for this conversation. He's so glad for what he was wanting to say is he's going like this, and that he's wanting through you to be able to reach out to be able to reach out through you to your family members, so that he can support in your grieving and their grieving as well. Yeah, that's what he's trying to say. But through the physical touch, without, that's what he's trying to say. Okay, I get it. Through physical touch, and you may know that sometimes our loved ones come to us by physical touch, you know, when we are asleep, or just in that sort of that half sleep, half awake, you know, and we're like, oh goodness, we just felt it felt like, you know, they have touched our hair or stroked our head or comforted us, and then we second guess it.
So funny you say that, because
It won't be funny. It'll be,
3 days after he died, I was lying on my bed with my youngest daughter who was asleep, and the sun was hitting my bed. And since Dad passed, I kind of just associated him with the sun, you know, that bright light, that just ever-present, you know, energy. And so I was laying in the bed, and I was in that state of half asleep, drifting in between, you know, two different types of sleep. But the warmth of the sun was on my body, and I was supposed to be meeting a girlfriend, and I ended up saying, don't come, because I wanted to stay in that moment, because I felt like I was being embraced by his hug. It was the most bizarre experience.
yes.
But I was convinced. I was like, this is the feeling. The feeling of him when he used to hug me was exactly the same, whether it was, you know, him or not. But it was just that feeling.
It's absolutely him, and he wanted you to know that, and he was trying to explain it through me. It's funny though, when he speaks, he often wants to educate as well. So that's there for him. That's why I was speaking about that. And he's saying, there's a few tears here, because he's just saying that he's so happy that you knew it was him, and that you knew too, he's just, honestly, I've got tears down my tears. He's just saying that he's glad that you knew it was him, and he's glad that you took the time, and that you cancelled, and that you both were able to be in those beautiful moments that then were able to stretch out into a most beautiful experience, because it was as beautiful for him, as beautiful for him to reach you, to reach you and to connect. And he's saying again, heart, to connect to you and to connect to your heart. And then he's saying again that because you taught him how to connect heart, how to heart connect, he was then he then knew how to connect with you. He then knew how to connect with you in those beautiful moments, you know, your own that you had when he was here, when he was alive, that beautiful way in which you both were able, you taught him how to heart connect. And so he then knew on the other side, that was his way, his language, your language, your language of love. You know, that was going to be how you were always going to be able to connect. Yeah, that is your way, one of your many ways of connecting with him. But the most, well, he's saying, come on, just say it. He's saying the most beautiful way for him to connect with you is in that way, through the heart, through your beautiful, 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 beautiful heart.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So he's saying, when you get a sense, when you get that sense, that's absolutely him. And he's saying, thank you for trusting, and thank you for knowing that. Thank you for knowing that when that happened, because it absolutely was him and is him. And anytime, okay, all right, yeah, okay. He's saying anytime that you'd like, anytime that you'd like any support, any extra loving support, wind beneath your wings, comfort, anything, he's saying, please call him in that way. You don't even need to, you can just think it, you can just feel it, you can absolutely, and he'll be there in that way.
I'm teaching a workshop later today, and because he was such a passionate man and so kind of like eager to share information, he just wanted to inspire, motivate, and create. Like, he was just that type of person. This whole time since he's died, I've known that I've had this workshop coming up, and I'm like, please share with me all of that so I can share it with other people. And you saying that's kind of reaffirmed the fact that he knows. He knows.
Wow. You know,
Yeah.
That's so, I love that. I love that you and I are here today. It was so interesting. I was nearly not going to do my live because I was so worried about, bursting into a big coughing fit, and then this morning I got up so gently and I was like, no, I need to be on. I want to connect. I want to connect with my community. I want to connect. And I'm just going, yes, I'm just going. I can always feel. And there's always an even bigger reason. There's always, I wanted to connect. Yeah. And I wanted to be back on but there's always such a much bigger reason. And I'm going, yes. And you've got this. And the timing is so beautiful. You've got this workshop that you're teaching, and then this most beautiful heart experience with your dad, and I'm just so happy. I'm just so delighted. I'm just so, because what I mean, like I've experienced your heart and your yoga classes. I've experienced them firsthand. Absolutely amazing. I'll never forget them. Forget your beautiful heart and your compassionate and gentle way of teaching. And I just love knowing that you're going into your workshop with your father with you. This experience, because because he's saying to me, explain it. Okay, I'll explain it. He's saying the magic of the who you are, and then who you are with your beautiful heart connect with your dear father, and then what the magic of that what the magic of you provide in class with your students. I've experienced that. And then the magic of what you provide, and then with this whole heart opening experience with your father, and then going into this workshop, and he's saying it's not like 1 + 1 = 2, it's like 1 + 1 = 7. The the aroha, I'm getting passionate like he is now. You know, the aroha, the wairua, the energy, the magic, the beauty. Yeah, he's getting really passionate now about being there with you today. You can see that. Yeah.
And he would do that with his arms as well.
Yeah, that's why I'm mimicking him. That's why I'm mimicking him. He's got tears and then he's animated and he Hirana Mayana, Hirana Hoya, he's showing me his body very, very strong. He's showing me his body very strong 20 years ago, when he feels as though he was. Oftentimes this is what our loved ones do. They like to come through and they show me a vision of them at their strongest, when they felt their most strongest, and I'm going like this, I don't know whether I'm mimicking him, but strongest and most beautiful and most vital. And he's showing himself 20 years ago. I get a feeling that he may, my numbers might be off, but when he was around 40.
I would say more when he was in his 20s, I think. Yeah, because when he started like the canoeing safaris, he would often obviously have his top off being on the river. And yes. I think that's his image. He's like, this is me. And yeah. That's what he's doing.
Yes, thank you for saying it, because he had his top off and I'm like, I don't know, I always have to be a little discerning when I'm on this platform. When I'm one-to-one on the phone with you or on Zoom, that's different. The whole lot be brought through, but he keeps showing me this, and his muscular body and at his strength and he's laughing now. He's saying thank you, because I didn't say it, you said it, which is great. And how in tune, because I know that you are sensing and you are seeing exactly so much of what I'm seeing and sensing. Yeah, so yeah, so wow,
very amazing, yeah, so good.
So wow, I'm just I don't even know what to say, actually. What I want to say is about your yoga workshop. I'm just really excited for it, eh?
It's beautiful to know that he'll be with me. And actually, I to be honest, I forgot about your readings happening, and I just went onto my Instagram 5 minutes ago, and it was the live came straight up. It wasn't a request, it came up, and I was like, oh, and I was like, I've got time. So I requested in, and it's fortuitous, like last weekend I was able to make it, and then you didn't do it by the sounds of it. So it was kind of, the opportunity presents itself, take it, right? So I feel everything happens.
Absolutely, Lizzie, beautiful. Wow. Well,
so much for having me here.
Absolute pleasure, and thank you so much to you and your beautiful dad, and all your family that are with him. Yeah. Wow. So beautiful. Enjoy the workshop, and if you feel comfortable, just message me at some stage about the workshop, no,
I will. I'll be in touch.
Yeah, I'd love to hear about it. Okay, well, getting lots of hearts here. Lots of love. Go well.
Bye
for now. Aroha nui. Bye for now. And Lizzie, if you can just go, the only thing with Instagram is that you have to press a little cross, unfortunately, and go off. I can't.
Okay, I'll do that. Thanks.
Yes. Okay. Bye. Bye for now. Wow, amazing. That was so beautiful. Goodness. Hang on, I'll just catch my breath. Wow. As I said at the beginning, I wasn't going to come on today because I had this really full-on influenza the last 10 days, and I was really worried that I was going to go into a big coughing fit, which they come unexpectedly. But I felt really strongly to come on and connect with you all. And oh my goodness, there's always I always see the reason so often. I get shown the reason why, and then it all just lined up. And beautiful Lizzie and her dad, wow, that was the most amazing experience. So my name is Lisa. I'm psychic medium and shamanic healing practitioner, I live here in New Zealand, in northern New Zealand. If you'd like to book in a one-on-one session with me, please go to my website. Okay, I didn't pin it there. It's just pinned at the, oh, there we go. I did pin it. Yeah, it's just pinned there at the top. And yeah, go ahead and book in. It's super easy. You can it does converts time zones, and it easily takes payment through PayPal. So yeah, I'd love to work with you one-on-one. And yeah, that is today. So have yourself, wherever you are, have yourself a beautiful day, and aroha nui, and lots of love, and bye for now. Oh goodness, sorry.